Hey yo, what's up you guys? So I'm coming here with another video. You know what? Again, it's a new year. Might as well do a mini update. I like doing these updates every 6 months. You know, I just figured might as well do it now. Take the time, talk about it, and also we'll talk about goals. Always good to talk about goals. You know, everyone does a new year, new me type thing, but it is important to actually reevaluate your goals and all that good stuff, right? And so, with that said, shall we begin? But first, of course, if you're new to my channel, what is up? My name is Mitch, Mavic Mitch. Hey Mitch, all the Mitches, and pretty much I like talking about what I like talking about. So, current events, reviews, pop culture, social, political commentary. Be sure to check out all those videos as you're finishing this video. Alright, so getting into it, again, straight just talking, you know, I like doing these updates every 6 months. I'll probably end up just doing these updates when I have a major announcement or if I'm going to start making my goals. But in the last update video, I said I was going to make 2.5k, right? I'm already at 2k, so awesome, right? So in the next 6 months, I should make 500 subscribers, 500 more subscribers, and so I'll hit my goal in 6 months, hopefully. At least that's the goal, right? And so in my other one, you know, I got monetized, which is great. What's great about that is like you're learning the process of all of this. Now that you're getting in the ball rolling, you're seeing how well your videos are doing and what's doing better than others. And I think that it obviously is a motivational portion, but obviously that shouldn't be the driving factor, even though it's a factor. But I mean, I like making videos because I like talking about all of these things that I like talking about. So I guess this is like update 5.1. I don't know. It's a mini update. I just want to give an update because like I said, I like doing this every 6 months. And again, I might just end up doing from here on out maybe updates once I hit my goals or if there's a major announcement. And so I can just track my progression that way. Okay, and then for this next part of the video, I kind of want to talk about goals, you know, and this is coming from the Lucky Boy podcast, how they're talking about how people don't stick to their goals, right? And so I think I'm gonna leave my YouTube goals there in discussion and everything, but because they'll probably play along. And so again, for this video, we're pretty much like, we're just talking about goals, you know, and so hopefully it applies to you and like something we can learn together. And again, even if it's like common sense stuff, like Jordan Peterson, clean your room type thing, I think it's always good just to reevaluate where you are and how you want to move forward in your journey, in your career and endeavors and projects and all that stuff. So, yeah.
You start realizing that, you realize and you look back at your life, how many decisions you made based off of that. And you're
also, just real quick, again, this is coming from the Lucky Boy podcast, Why Asians Never Reach Their Potential with Dr. Annie Chen. Again, don't know this guy. I just thought the idea was kind of cool, talking about goals and talking about potential. So we'll get into it. Hear what you got to say.
Where you're at now. So what's going to happen in the future? Like, what do you want to be known for? What's your purpose? Like, never growing up, my mom and dad ever thought, you know, what's your purpose? Like, what do you want to do in this life? It's like, you're going to be an accountant.
Those conversations were never had.
Yeah.
Like, it never, those neurons never like sparked any, you know, those neurons that were never created in your brain. When you have those conversations, you actually create these different like thought processes. And
so, okay, to be fair, I think that's kind of cool. I don't know if that, maybe that is something necessary to talk about, but you know, I think that was a little detriment, you know, in my life, you know, but times were a little bit different because, you know, we all did the same thing. Like, we all went to high school, we all did a college thing. You know, I think there's more freedom now as far as finding your own path, whether it's through vocational or YouTube or entrepreneurship. It's not a orthodox method now. I think there is a variety of where you can attain your goals. And, you know, and again, a lot of people, there was a little bit detriment in that, right? I know friends that dropped out of college to pursue other careers or whatever thing they were majoring in is something that they're totally doing something different. Case in point, me, you know, like I totally just did the college thing and then went Air Force and everything. So I think, sure, there is a level of talking about purpose and all that stuff, but it's hard to talk about purpose when you're in high school. I had zero idea that knowing the person who I am, knowing the things that I know now, like maybe if I would have a better direction, if my older self told me that, but I needed to go the adventures and journeys the way I did in order to figure out my life. You know, it took longer, but I needed those. I needed my origin story to be how it is. You know, like I couldn't be that way. But you know what? Maybe, who knows? Maybe in the future, if God willing that I have kids, maybe I will be more intentional about figuring out your purpose in life. And so I think maybe that is important.
That leads you to that path.
Yeah.
And that's why I realized, like, having conversations, like if you don't have, like, let's say you have a financial goal and you don't have conversations with people who are actually at that level, like millionaires, billionaires, you will never actually, you know, realize that the potential, that you have the potential to get there as well. It's just that a lot.
So I think that's something important there, you know, talking about like mentorship and all that stuff. You know, it, like, if I had someone in the Air Force or military, I would probably have done military sooner, or ROTC. Likewise, if I had known someone in YouTube like back 10 years ago, maybe I would have done this 10 years ago, you know, type thing. And so mentorship is an important factor.
A lot of the times it is like the mindset, the thought processes, they have to change. And a lot of it is from your upbringing.
And it's your circle too, like, you know, your circle is going to be very similar to your upbringing, because everyone kind of grew up with similar friends. And, you know, when that hit strong a bell with me, when you're like, yo, strong a chord, it's like, you have these goals and you tell your boys, and your boys like, yo, man, like, chill out, dude, yo, Andy's being real ambitious right now. And I think it's like, the more you try to be risk averse, you realize that's really risky, right? Like, think about life. No one's gonna get out of here alive. So like, why not do something crazy? Why not try to, like, when you look back at life, I just want to be like, man, I wish I would have done that. Like, I don't want to be that dude. And I want to be that guy that's like, yo, remember when I tried that stupid shit? Well, it worked. Or like, remember when I tried that stupid shit? It didn't work, but it was a good time. Like, you know, you want to be able to be the person that kind of took those jumps. Because if you don't, then you're just wasting life.
That plays a huge part in.
Real quick, I think that's an important factor as far as, and it doesn't, having a good circle, right? And building your circle and having the same people with a good positive mindset and all that stuff. Because if you don't have that, obviously, like, that's going to affect you, right? And your resources and all that good and influence and all that stuff. But yeah, I forgot where I was going with that.
Feeling personally fulfilled, which...
Oh, I remember. So, like, but that's not always the case. I mean, not always the case, because, like, it's just, like, you can't really cultivate that. That is, sometimes that is just what is available to you, you know? Like that's the talent pool. That's the cards that you dealt with. Like, maybe you do have good, really awesome people that are really talented, you know? But you may not, so...
leads to happiness or inner peace, right? I think a lot of us choose the safe route. I know so many people, and you mentioned Asian American. A lot of it's, yes, if we're first generation, and this may not apply to the third, fourth, fifth generation, because their parents can speak English, their grandparents can speak English. That's a huge advantage, by the way, because they speak English. It's something about speaking the language that gives you an antenna. It allows you to understand the culture better, right? So having parents that had to learn how to speak English, very broken, by the way, and they're going to teach you what worked for them in their position in life, in their...
Real quick, and I think this is why the Filipino-American experience kind of differs from other Asian-American experiences, because by being a U.S. territory, especially after before World War II, so the early 1900s, is there was an English factor, you know? My dad learned English when he was growing up in the Philippines. So, like, other than the other Asian countries, again, that's what gives a lot of Filipinos a leg up. So, I just want to throw that in.
Environment, and like you said, those are not really transferable skills. Some of them are. They're extremely valuable, which is be hardworking, right? Stay focused and just study hard, whatever. Just focus on this thing and just keep pressing on it hard. Just drill down on it consistently, fearlessly. Just attack it. Stick with what you know. And then there's the other side that doesn't work. Be safe. Stay miles away from risk, from harm. Trust no one. If there's something that goes on, run away from the pain. Run away from it. Play it safe. Be quiet. Don't be confrontational.
Yeah.
Don't speak up, right? And those are some of the things that I think can be destructive inside, because that creates a person with low confidence. And I think a lot of it, in order to find yourself, you need to hear yourself outside of your own thoughts. I'll say it again. In order to find yourself, you need to hear yourself outside your own thoughts. You need to have conversations with people to explore your ideas and hear yourself say, like, oh wait, that actually sounded kind of stupid. Or, okay, I like the way that sounded, and I like the way it sounded with your ideas. Let me think about that for a second. And then you explore who you really are. It's a journey. But if all of this just goes on in your mind, then how can you really know yourself? Right? How can you really know yourself if you're not confident enough to share it with everyone else?
Okay, so again, that's a real quick clip. I'll put it up in the description. You can check it out and all that good stuff. But like, again, he just at the last note of what he was mentioning, it kind of goes what I was saying, you know? Like, I don't know if even if my parents said like, hey, what's your purpose? Like, if I was 16, 18, even 21, like, I don't know what I still want in life, you know? Maybe in college already, I was talking about like leadership and all this stuff, but I did not know what that mean. Obviously, the Air Force has helped me develop. Alright, so sorry for the weird transition here. My camera shut off prematurely, so I'm pretty much doing this post-production type thing, whatever, in edit, and pretty much trying to convey what I was trying to talk about before my camera shut off. So pretty much, I think I was trying to go with purpose, right? And so even throughout college and even through the Air Force, you know, all of those things needed to happen to develop the person I am today. So I guess I was trying to convey that even if my parents tried to talk about purpose when I was 16, 18, 21, when all that stuff, while that is good to have to think about, I needed to go through the journeys in my life. I needed to go through whatever hardships and pluses and deltas, whatever, throughout college, especially during the Air Force, to formulate the man that I am today. Am I perfect? Of course not. There's the journey of all of this to becoming better is always there. But I do got a good idea of who I am today, you know, with my core values of God, family, country, and whether my mission here, my purpose is my mission, my ministry, and all that good stuff, you know, at least I have an idea, right? And so I think it is good to talk about it earlier on, but definitely we all needed to go through our own journeys in life to figure out our own path. So yeah. Alright, and so for this last minute of this video, I'll probably just go into the goals that I have going into my next channel update and everything. So I do need to make in-person interviews and all that stuff. I got my DJI camera, my DJI Pocket and everything, so I got to do that, right? So that's one thing. I'll probably need to save up money to do some like podcast type thing, because I do want to do live streams and at least set it up, at least get the equipment going, you know. So that's another thing. And then again, try to make 2.5K in the next 6 months. So obviously that's the main goal. So yeah. This was kind of cool just to like really, again, reevaluate where I am, what I need to do for my next couple of months and stay focused on all this stuff, you know. And I was actually looking, just again, real quick, I was actually going in through my YouTube list of people that I'm subscribed to, and I did kind of like a mini purge, and like a lot of these people that I was following, you know, that's one of the biggest things about YouTubers, especially new YouTubers. Like, you gotta be consistent. Like, if you yourself wants to make a channel, like, the best thing you can do for yourself is be consistent. Like, the content, like, obviously that's a big portion, but like, that kind of comes with it. And yes, it's hard to make content and all that stuff and come with it and everything, but being consistent, I think, is the most important factor. And that's, any YouTuber will say that, right? But it just, you just gotta make this a habit, you know? Like, again, it's only now that I got monetized, and even becoming monetized, I'm only making like 50 cents per video or something. It ain't nothing, you know. So it is definitely hard. I'm glad that I have a full-time job, that I don't have to rely on this channel, but like, obviously it's what I like doing, and it's passive income. So I'm just talking and ranting just to see, like, maybe in the future I can give thanks for where I'm at and be humble, you know, all that good stuff. So, alright, with that said, thank you for watching. Hit that like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace, peace, peace. Be with you.